Salam. So this is going to be a response to Avery, aka Godlogic, on whether or not the Quran endorses marrying of a child in chapter 65 verse 4 of the Quran. This isn't an attack on Avery at all, but rather a rebuttal to the evidence that those scholars used to justify their claim.
So they all agreed, all the four schools of jurisprudence, the ones who's giving law and giving decree, they agreed that it is permissible to marry off a minor girl without even her permission, as long as the father says so. Now, what's the evidences that they give, you might ask? Where are they getting this from? Oh, I'm glad you asked that question. The evidence, first, from the book. What book? The Quran. It quotes Al-Talaq, verse 4, chapter 65, verse 4 of the Quran. And those of your women who have despaired of menstruation, if you have any doubt, then their waiting period is 3 months. And those who have not menstruated. So the elder women, when you're divorcing them, the elder women have a 3-month waiting period to make sure she's not pregnant. If you fear that she might not be having her menstruation anymore. And the same waiting period goes for the girls who have not menstruated yet. They've never menstruated, they're too young, and they also have a waiting period when you divorce them. Divorcing little girls who haven't even hit puberty yet, y'all. 4 schools of thought. This is their evidence. Now, what's the point of this? It is that God Almighty has ruled that divorce of a young girl who has not yet menstruated is valid. And divorce only occurs within a valid marriage. Therefore, the verse implies the permissibility of a young girl.
So is Surah 65 verse 4 talking about female children? No, it doesn't even make any sense. Firstly, the waiting period. If they do menstruate, the waiting period after divorce is 3 menstrual cycles. Secondly, the iddah is to determine whether a pregnancy exists from an ended marriage. When the menstruation reliably indicates fertility, but she is not pregnant, then the Quran uses menstrual cycles. When menstruation is not available or uncertain, but pregnancy is still a possibility, it substitutes with a fixed time period, which is 3 months. And when pregnancy is known, it just uses the childbirth period. The verse in verse 4 says, if you doubt. If you doubt means that you are not sure about fertility or pregnancy. You are unsure if she truly can't menstruate, so you wait 3 months. This doubt can only exist if pregnancy is presently possible, not if it's biologically impossible. So tell me, friend, can a prepubescent girl get pregnant before puberty? No. No, a prepubescent girl cannot get pregnant before puberty. So how can this verse be talking about them? How can you wait to see if a child is going to be pregnant within 3 months? It doesn't make any sense. This is why the only option you have of females that can be pregnant but aren't menstruating are those who have a defect and disorder in their body. One of such cases that I'll mention is amenorrhea. And it is, I think, one of the conditions that is leeway that God takes into account in chapter 65 verse 4. Amenorrhea is a condition where a woman does not have menstrual periods for an extended time when she normally should. It can happen due to hormonal imbalances, genetic conditions, or structural or endocrine issues, basically issues with the hormone system. It can also occur due to mental stress, intense physical stress, or because of malnutrition. If the Quran had regulated waiting periods only for menstruating women, post-menopause women, if you doubt the menopause, and pregnant women, then the Quran would have left unaddressed the real category of women who are fertile but do not menstruate due to illness or biological irregularity. I hope this video clears things out. and I've shown you an example of a clear possibility of this category in chapter 65 verse 4, where it says, and those who are not menstruating, and how it is impossible for it to be a child. Until next time, peace.